been? What's the thinking behind that?
Obviously, we're giving everyone opportunity. I think we've got a really strong squad of 32. We're really strong outside backs, so making sure we've got some versatility. We don't know what's going to happen down the track. And Ruby shows all the tendencies of being able to play fullback because she's hyperactive, she covers the whole field, she can be a forward and a back at the same time. So yeah, we think she's got the characteristics, so it gives us extra cover and another option.
How long have you been thinking about putting her fullback, and has she been quite enthusiastic about it so far?
I don't sleep at night. I think about it all the time. Not just Ruby at fullback, but you know, the best combination. As you know, I haven't been in the game that long, in the women's game, so I think just getting to know them better. I know we've got a really strong squad. It's just how to work out which 15 is going to work the best together, and it's not necessarily the best players. It's how they operate together. So still finding that out, but we're getting there.
How have you addressed this week, that first half an hour?
Yeah, I mean, that first 30 minutes was difficult. So you're turning up at a stadium with a world record crowd, a lot of whānau in the crowd, a lot of support, a lot of selfies, difficult situation to keep your mind on the job, and I think that was our issue. There's no lack of desire in this team, but sometimes it's knowing how to manage that, and so it's a learning process of how do you stay in the present, how do you focus on your next job, when you kick off, how do you get into the game really quickly, and so we're still working on that, and obviously it didn't work on the weekend. But then to score 41 points in 45 minutes shows that we have got the ability to switch on. We had a really good half time. There was no word said at half time about the first half. It was pretty encouraging and it was very specific, and they're able to go out. And sometimes it just takes one leader to start a movement, and I think that was Ruby. We pinpointed a moment where she moved her body in a ruck. The next tackle was a big tackle, then the next tackle was a big tackle, then they kicked it and then we scored, and it started a whole movement towards the game that we wanted to play. So I'm really proud of that, because would have been easy just to fall in a hole and concede more points, then the game would have been gone, but we didn't, so it was good.
Do you think we're shifting to a smaller venue this week is a good thing in some ways, because it allows you to settle down and look at a few combinations and build steadily throughout the tournament before you return to leading back?
No, I don't think so necessarily. I think the big occasion is what we're after, and we want to be back at Eden Park. So I think we've got to handle that, and the size of the venue shouldn't matter. It's how you handle it, what you focus on. It's easy. Look, I've had this in the men's game too. It's easy to go into a big occasion and not think about the game because it's so big. But you have to think about it, and you've got to talk to others about it. And it's as difficult as it is, because it makes you nervous, and it's not a good feeling inside when you're building up for a big game sometimes, but you've got to do it. And so that's the process that we've got to ensure happens.
So is it about working on the mental side of the game as much as what you're doing on the field then?
Yeah, absolutely. It's some of that's experience, and so our leaders and our experienced ladies are dealing with that as well as the coaches. So having little korero, with groups about what it looks like, how do we start our day off. When we have a meeting, how do we take what we do at the meeting onto the training field, and the same on the playing field. So yeah, it's a process. It's a learning process. And these women are really smart. You know, we've got a really intelligent group who care deeply about what we're doing. So you've got the attitude to do it. Now it's just a matter of bringing it out.
Do things feel more settled in camp this week, given, as you talked about, the occasion of Rugby weekend, sold out Eden Park and everything that came with that is now behind you? Do things feel a little more settled in the group?
Yeah, like confidence is an important thing, isn't it? You could see, you know, against Japan, there's a smaller crowd, same venue but a smaller crowd until the end. But you can see the girls play with confidence and what they can do. And so, yeah, it's getting that in the, on those big stages. So this week's been, I think the week's been good, but I think every week's good because we're still, you know, we're still learning stuff. And as we go, hopefully we'll keep doing that. It's a unique team. It's a unique experience for me. I'm really loving it, even though I'm going to go back into retirement. I'm actually loving what I'm doing. They're a great group of people, and I just want them to be really proud of what they're doing. So that's what we're working on.
With the number of changes you've made, how important to you is it to give most of your squad a run, given that this tournament can go, for a long time and more weeks to come?
Yeah, I think as a group of coaches and staff, we think it's really important. These women have committed a lot to be here. We've got a couple with children, we've got people leaving jobs to be here, and I feel it's important to give them a crack. Also, as I said before, we've got 32 really good rugby players, and sometimes you don't know who can step up and who can't. So we'll give them all a go and then see what happens.
Is there something in the combinations that you're trying out that you're still looking for, that you still want to nail down? If you get to the back end of the tournament, is this what it is used to do this year?
Look, I don't think so. We've played most of these combinations through Pack 4 scenarios. We've played scenarios against boys' teams, men's teams, Pack 4, Laurie O'Reilly. Most of them have played together, and to be fair, most of them have played well together. There's been some really good performances this year. It's who's better than the better ones. That's your question. They're all pretty good. So where's the magic? And hopefully we get to that by quarterfinal time.
The Welsh coach alluded to the Black Ferns style of late as chaotic, thrive off chaos. Is that a correct word to sum up the Black Ferns playing style at the moment?
I talked to Razor about this actually, and he called it Nexus, which is the middle of chaos and organisation. Organised chaos. Look, we know what we're doing, and what looks like flair and chaos is actually just hard work camouflaged. Because we know what we're doing, everyone understands we're really efficient in our movements, and everyone understands where to go and what to do. It looks, as I say, it looks like flair when we play, but it's not. It's everyone being skilled enough to play the game that we want to play, fit enough to play the game we want to play, and having the courage to play it.
Just on Wales, did you go back and watch the game against Scotland, the last minute victory? What do you take out of their play that you've seen?
We've watched every game and every team here for the last 2 years. So yeah, we're well versed on all these teams, whether it's Wales or Scotland. We've done our homework on them previously, and of course we do our homework on the last game. We've got a lot of help. So Ted's immersed himself into video. When I coached with him, the All Blacks, he was up at 4:30 in the morning looking at teams, and now he's doing the same here. We've got a player called Grace Brooker down in Canterbury that some of you will know. Great player who's been injured, missed out unfortunately on being able to play. She can't do full contact yet. She's doing some analysis for us as well, and it's great to get a really smart player's view of what she's seen in these teams. So we're getting plenty of help. Yeah.
When have you noticed anything different in terms of playing style of Northern Hemisphere teams in the women's game So have you got to chat about ability when you put your tournament?
Well, rugby's rugby, and there are always different styles to play, aren't there? You can play the game in many different ways. And you can't. I don't think you can group all the Northern Hemisphere teams together. Now, clearly, England are the best in the world. They're strong up front, but they've got a hell of a good backline. So you can't just aim to beat them up front, because they've got some of the best backs in the world. They're really fast. You've got to have an all-round game against them, and they showed against Fiji that if you get it right up front, then their backs are outstanding. You know, they scored a lot of easy tries, but off same way attack, quick ball to the backs and then bang. Yeah, it's easy to say that they're more forward orientated in the Northern Hemisphere than we are. I think every team picks the way they want to play and a way that suits their profile, and we've picked a way that we think suits our DNA, our profile, and we enjoy playing it, and we'll just keep working on that.
I know we're only one game in, but how does this experience compare to your time at home World Cup with your backs and the fans?
Probably the easiest way to explain the difference between the men and the women. The men need to play well to feel good, and the women need to feel good to play well. So there's a difference in the way you build up. We have a lot of fun in the team. I won't tell you how we do that, but there's a lot of laughter, a lot of fun, and we're all making the most of it. So yeah, it's different to the men. No less exciting, no less enjoyable, just different. Yeah, so they're ahead of schedule, both of them. They've trained well the last week, so they're going through a protocol, to make sure they're 100%. But their speed times are getting back to their best. They're looking good. They're looking $1 million. So I'm hoping that they'll be available at least for some minutes next week. That's the aim. Not pushing them into it, but that's what we'd like to see.
Is that us, Steve?
It's going to create some selection headaches.
Well, Wayne, just one more from me. Do you have an idea of what your strongest 15 may look like, or is it every week? You've got such a selection headache.
Yeah, look, we have selection meetings every week, and of course we're always looking to what's the final team going to look like. You're never 100% sure. It's the same in every team. Any team I've coached, you're never quite sure, and then all of a sudden you'll see someone come through, and it'll come through at the right time. Nehi Milder-Scudder at the 215 World Cup, hadn't been an All Black previously, came through and was just about player of the tournament. So you get those outliers that come in and then bang, it just suits them. It's what they've dreamed of all their life, and they do something that the others can't do, and that was Nehi, and there could be others like him in this team.